Welcome to the final episode of the Durham Cows 3-part Palatine Pedal, another handlebar tour of tea rooms and cafes that I don't actually visit. Sections 7 to 11 take us from Middleton-in-Teesdale eastwards along the River Tees and back to Durham via Hartlepool. Despite covering more sections and the greater distance, this episode is the shortest of the three, mainly because with dusk giving way to dark, videography was the victim. Cycling wise, the route is much easier thanks to the geology. We leave the hills of the Carboniferous behind for the low undulations of the Permian and Triassic, before doing it all again in the opposite direction. While views aren't as epic, there's a lot of history to make up for it, as we follow the Tees along the southern edge of the industrial coalfield on one side, and the much earlier Viking Danelaw on the other, opposite the dark lands for which the Domesday Book holds no record. The towns that are passed and visited, Darlington, Yarm, Stockton, Middlesbrough and Hartlepool, were the first in the world to be influenced by the coming of the railways in the early part of the 19th century. Moreover, Hartlepool's earlier history is of such significance that it's impossible to do justice to on a ride like this. As such, there are a lot of all too brief captions, which, depending on why you're watching, you'll either have to ignore or possibly stop the video to read in places. Nevertheless, it's been a whistle-stop tour of a county with a rich history that's ill-served by trying to batter around it in under 20 hours. Across the River Tees we go. Have a good look at Kirkcarrion. Past the auction mart. Middleton, where Audax types of things tend to happen in the village hall. Egglescliffe and Bollyhope, Folly Top. Nice little place for Old Kirk. One hotel, one inn, and a pair of stocks. Plague graves on the right here. It's some history to it. It was said that Oliver Cromwell stopped there, I think. And then we're just coming up to the Butter Market Cross, whatever. What's the names? The weathercock has a hole through it. In fact, there's two holes through it. And apparently they were put there in a shooting competition in the 19th century. When you could do that sort of thing, loose off a few rounds. St Mary's Church. be tea rooms to the right, but we're not going to the tea rooms because they'll be firmly closed and I haven't got the time. I'm trying to make it up. Crossing the A1. Well, that was in and out of Cleasby. I'm heading for Croft now. Clear. Guys. St Peter's Church, where Lewis Carroll's father was the curate. Crossing the River Tees via Croft Bridge, where the welcoming ceremony for the Bishop of Durham is traditionally held. And up the hill, this crosses the East Coast Main Line. The end of this section in Hurworth. A bit of admin. See if I can get a coffee in the spa. 7:12, 21:30. So we're getting there, starting to increase that buffer. Things are picking up a little bit now. I'm definitely getting ahead of the game again, but I'm still going to be a fair bit later than I was imagining. You know, I thought I'll be back in Durham about 9:30. I think it's going to be closer about 11:30. I've phoned the wife. I don't know where I'll be at 9:30. It's kind of a little pub here, Fox and Hounds. I know it quite well from back in the day. The River Tees is just the other side of that embankment. Next little hill to climb. It's not too bad, this one. A little ring though. Oh, just arriving in Middleton St George. Come to Teesside International Airport, which was once Canadian Air Force bomber station. It was RAF Goosepool and became RAF Middleton St George. Off to Middleton Monroe. White sign is to St George's Church. It borders the airfield. I was probably used as the Canadian Aircrews Church. Another steep little hill. It's only one you've got to get up though. Oh no, Tesla's the one in Aisleby as well. It's quite muggy. The sun's starting to settle there. It's funny, like, you get to 145 miles and actually start feeling better. Aisleby, and out here, Haslax Farm, good old Norse name. It's a little click to get onto the crossroads at Yarm Bridge, and then we're heading for Stockton. We're not going to get up in this gear. Can you view over the viaduct into Yarm? Hopefully it's less busy than it usually is. These car drivers are going to be the angry man. Oh no, well done. It's coming past the gates of Preston Park. That was an alternative route, but this is quicker. I think I've got about 2.5 hours in hand now, and that's going to get wider, I'd imagine. So can't grumble. Just crossing the Tees bridge. Tees as in on Tees. That's cool. With such light traffic, it's making this bit very easy. Victoria Bridge ahead there. We're not going over it though. We're heading for the Millennium Bridge. No, sorry, it's the Infinity Bridge. Thought it was a drop curb. Lovely. Any higher. And that's where we're heading. Up to the barrage there.
Done.
Barrage ahead. Water Sports Centre, County Cafe in there. Yeah, so it's to the left here. Voila. And there's the white water course, but looks like a brown water course now. That, over there, is the course of the old River Tees. They made a couple of big straight line cuts in the 19th century. I'm just approaching the A19 bridge. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Alright. Alright. A significant vertical lift bridge. It last lifted sometime in the 1990s. I'm not keen on this bit, but it's got to be done. Ugh. Great them. Bull and dog. I always want to say dog and bull. It's warmer now than It has been all day, very humid. Connolly, Royal Navy Museum. Oh, it's chock-a-block. The wall. It's like a little game. The monkey. St Hilda's Church coming up. I love these flying buttresses. Not many churches with them, with anything like that. Lovely. Ooh, it smells. Yeah, lovely. Huff Battery Lighthouse. Memorial to the World War I bombardment of Hartlepool. That's the Huff Battery. That memorial there is where the first shell landed from the German battleships in December 1914. Oh, well, this is nice. Turning off the promenade now. We've come round in quite a narrow finger actually, where it just kind of comes straight across there, a few hundred metres. Straight in this. We're about to go into another long section of railway path on our way back to Durham. Ooh, it's a narrow one. And here we are. As well, the Hart Railway. Well, it's been a good day, I've enjoyed it. We pulled back a bit of time, and that was, for a minute, I thought, well, nice. I struggled to make the time cut, which would have been 2 o'clock in the morning. I might still get to bed this side of midnight, but I feel pretty good. My bum's a wee bit on the tender side. Really not the sort of lasses to be intimidated by dog paths. Quite a tough one, this. crackly I missed. Bloody hell. Right, where's that fence? I'll manage that. Well, that is that. Can you little ride? Oh, I don't think we do it again as an Audax, eh? Oh!